I mean, the general problem of changing other people's minds when they're set in their ways is it's a tricky one. And I should say, my book is not, people sort of say, oh, I know this person who believes this really stupid thing. How can I convince them not to be an idiot? To which my answer is, my book is designed to help you not be the idiot. You're on your own when you're trying to persuade someone else not to be an idiot. And in fact, making sure you're not an idiot is hard enough. Not fooling yourself is hard enough. And if one book can solve that problem, well, I feel I've done my job. But there are a couple of things that I could suggest, and I discuss them towards the end of the book. One is simply to ask people to explain. You say you're challenging the financial orthodoxy. You can ask people to explain in some detail what the orthodoxy is, this thing that they believe. Could they just explain it to you? It turns out there's this thing called the illusion of explanatory depth, which I find rather delightful. It was initially, people were asked, oh, could you explain how a zip fastener works? Or can you explain how a flush lavatory works? And people would say, yeah, I can do that. I understand that. And then when they're actually handed a piece of paper and a pen and asked in detail to do it, they really struggle, and they realize they've struggled, and they've realized they've fooled themselves, and the world is more complicated than they had thought. Well, it turns out the same is true for political policies. And ask people to explain, not to justify, not to argue for, but just to explain what a flat tax actually is, or what a cap and trade system actually is. And again, when people are invited to do this, they start to realize they didn't understand it as well as they thought. And that can obviously make people defensive and angry, but very often, if you phrase it in the right way, it makes them more humble. They realize, oh, hang on, I was willing to go to the barricades for this idea, and now I realize I don't even know what the idea is. So that is an approach. And I think an added bonus is that it treats the person you're talking to as, with respect. I assume you will be able to explain it, so please explain it to me. And if they can, well, you just got smarter. But if they can't, well, they might get smarter. And either way, you've had a more respectful conversation than just trying to pound away at your idea. So that's a thought. But behavior change is hard, turns out, both our own and other people's.